So what do? Our poor misguided children, they have one foot in, and then they put another foot in.
That is a clip from the new documentary, Milwaukee 53206. The title of the film chronicles the lives of those who live in the zip code with the highest rate of incarceration for African-American men in the U.S.
It is also the poorest zip code in Milwaukee. Shannon Sims is here to talk to the filmmakers about tonight's world premiere. Shannon.
Thank you, Courtney. Now, Milwaukee 53206 takes on a very serious subject matter. 62% of adult males who live in that zip code have spent time in prison. A new documentary goes beyond the problem and looks at the cycle of mass incarceration affecting our communities. And joining me this afternoon is the film director Keith McWhorter and Dennis Walton, who both were part of this film. I want to ask, why the subject matter and why now?
Well, it's a crisis happening all across this country, and people aren't awake to it. And Milwaukee 53206 happens to have the highest rates, so we decided to explore the issue here.
Dennis, how did you get involved and how did you feel to be a part of this project?
Well, I've been doing a lot of work for some years now, and fortunately, when Keith started to do research on Milwaukee and the zip code, my name kept coming up. So he got in touch with me, and once I kind of did some research on his background and saw that he was coming from a credible place, I welcomed him, you know, to work with him. And to be a part of the project was just amazing. It's just more humbling than anything, you know, but showing that not only is there a problem, but we're working to solve that problem as well.
So you had to vet him out too?
Yeah, for the most part.
Keith, what do you want viewers to take away tonight when they see the premiere?
The biggest thing to take away is just to be aware that this is happening and to become part of the conversation. You know, a lot of people just don't know that this is happening, and I think for any change to happen, they have to be aware of it.
And Dennis, you live in this neighborhood, you work in this neighborhood. You're seeing slow changes. Talk about that, just so people don't get the sense that this is a Debbie Downer type film.
Yeah, well, the thing is that, you know, if you're not in the neighborhood, you're not aware of the great things that are happening and how many people are working to make a difference. And I think that Keith does a good job in this documentary of showing that as well, that we're not just being victims to the problem, but we're being proactive, and you have a lot of great people in 53206 who bring value to this discussion and to the work that's being done.
And Keith, coming from New York, coming to Milwaukee, what do you take away from your experience here?
Well, I've sat down and listened to a lot of people tell their stories, and you know, people have a need to tell this story. It's happening, so it's affecting so many people and so many lives that they just have a need to tell this story. So what I take from that is, you know, people just want to be heard.
Well, we appreciate you giving them a voice. Now, tonight, 53206 has its world premiere at the Oriental Movie Theater. Tickets were free, but they went so fast. Where else can people see this movie, Keith?
Well, right now we're planning more screenings in Milwaukee and other cities too. So once we have confirmed those dates, we will make it public.
All right, and we do have their website on our website to get more information about where you can see this film next. Thanks again for joining us. Back to you guys.